Well, first of all, I asked over and over again in California, I'm like, what legal rights do I have? Because this union has taken over my work environment without my choice. I chose to work at a school that didn't have a union, and now they've come in and they're running everything about my contract and my work now.
I'm often asked about our headline-grabbing Supreme Court cases. The response requires that I explain our daily ground game that clears the path through the courts. Victories at the Supreme Court are the result of the litigation work we do every day, like the case I want to tell you about today. It began at a California charter school. It illustrates the importance of our work and how personal it is for the people we help. For years now, teachers, taxpayers, and parents have been seeking ways to improve education. Charter schools are part of that solution. One of the major reasons for the success of charter schools has been avoiding unionization and union monopoly bargaining. Obviously, union officials don't like this, and they attack the charter school movement. But the teachers at the San Diego Gompers Preparatory Academy charter school were not concerned about union issues. They were concerned about saving a failing public school for the students in the community. The teachers knew there'd be challenges, and they knew they needed the flexibility to make modifications quickly to help struggling students. We're helping teachers who have seen their progress undermined by changes since the San Diego School Board allowed the San Diego Education Association Teachers Union to become the exclusive representative for all the teachers. Gompers school teacher Kristie Chiscano talks about how the school's focus changed and why she and other teachers want the union out.
They were changing one of the basic foundations of how GPA, which is what we call the school, Gompers Preparatory Academy, how it worked. And so the families and the teachers were quite upset that this had been started without any discussion whatsoever. So there was a big riff, for lack of a better word, between those that wanted to have the union come in and those that felt like this was very unfair. It was very against the mission of the school, and that we didn't have a choice in the matter. So that was the first big change. The next part has been the union is now trying to bargain for our next contract. To write in a contract everything that Gompers does differently is a huge undertaking. In fact, some of the things we wanted to do for the students, like changing the schedule for the school year we're currently in, the union stopped it with a cease and desist because they wanted to protect the bargaining process. When even the bargaining team, some of the members of the organizing committee all said, yes, this change will benefit our students. But because it wasn't bargained, they put a stop to it. Our students are not even now getting what they need when they need it because this whole bargaining and negotiating process. So it was very clear that they were not doing what they said they were going to do, and they were not protecting many of the key points of GPA that was making it such a great place for students. And in my opinion, such a great place for teachers. And all those things just made it very clear that this was not what they said it was going to be. And that's when I felt I had given them a chance. I had tried, and I did not feel that this was the right thing for the students at Gompers or for the school.
Kristie and other teachers were overwhelmed by union organizing, their misinformation, and the complex state rules and regulations that benefit unions over individuals.
Okay, so, well, first of all, I asked over and over again in California, I'm like, what legal rights do I have? Because this union has taken over my work environment without my choice. I chose to work at a school that didn't have a union, and now they've come in and they're running everything about my contract and my work now. Like, how can that be fair? I didn't want this. How can it be fair? And nobody could give me anybody in California that could help me fight the laws. When myself and some other teachers called the PERB to say, what are our rights here? How can we get represented? and nobody could find anybody here. And so we reached out to several nonprofit groups here, and through reaching out through some of them, we finally got connected with the National Right to Work group. Of course, we wanted to try to put in for a vote to decertify. And thank goodness that Frank Garrison and his team and the organization was willing to sponsor us.
Kristie is a dedicated teacher. In fact, you should know she gave up a highly successful career as a surgeon to teach school. Importantly, Kristie sought out the challenge of teaching chemistry at Gompers because of her desire to make a difference.
In my previous job, I had taught a lot of students and other people doing the same career that I was doing. I was actually a physician, I was a surgeon, and I was teaching other people to do the type of surgery that I did. And I loved teaching. I looked into high school teaching. I had a lot of friends who were high school teachers, and the idea of me being able to share my science, my experience, and have an impact on kids who were busy trying to figure out what their goals were in life, where they wanted to be in college, was something that really, really appealed to me.
It is people with courage and vision like Kristie who can change the world. If union bosses would stand aside and let them focus on their missions. With your help, we are working to remove the forced unionism barriers that hinder Kristie and millions of others across America.
I just truly, truly appreciate all of the help and support, and I want to thank the donors. To be able to have this opportunity, because I would not be able to afford the legal assistance on my own. So to the donors to this nonprofit organization, to those that are working for these causes, I cannot express enough gratitude to let you know that, how much of a difference all of this is making. No matter the outcome, at least we had somebody who could guide us in our fight, because we had nobody.